It's pre-recorded tape, whatever you want to call it, riffing updates, whatever, excuse the bedhead. It's about 9:13 a.m. here in Washington State, and it's a beautiful day so far. It was raining earlier, but it's very fallish. I brought my fall flag to put outside my RV, and I got this most beautiful stuffed white pumpkin. I love stuffed animals, and I love pumpkins, but not real ones, really. I like pumpkin seeds, though. So I got that to sort of jazz up my space. As you well know, I have these twigs that I brought here, and the reason I brought them was because I can't bring one of my little trees with me, and I like to be as consistent as possible in the way that I do things. That's why I usually wear a sort of a kimono or a flowing thing, but today I'm just all about it's not Monday. It feels like Monday. So I hope you were able to catch Sunday's show with Susan Lynn because we celebrated her 29th birthday, and we saw Medium Kim, and we saw Jen from Jen's World in there, and we just all had a great time, and all the people in the chat were so great. We will resume our regular format of speaking to spirit coming up. So please, if you didn't care for whatever we were doing, I apologize, but not really, because we were having a lot of fun. So I want to show you some of the things that surround me and why I have them. I found this Buddha candle. It kind of looks funny, but I love the Buddha. Even more than the Buddha, I love the green Tara that can be seen behind me. I'm going to get up. See the tapestry that I have here. This is the green Tara. There are all kinds of Taras. There's green Tara, white Tara, red Tara. Green Tara is to alleviate suffering. And so many of us are suffering, whether it be from emotional, physical, or mental wounding, that it's always wonderful. And so what happens is in this particular case, you can go to YouTube, you can put in green Tara mantra, and it will bring up Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, which is what you chant to bring the green Tara energies in. And I like that. So I end up watching it, and I have the green Tara. I bought a green Tara shirt. And I have a couple of things here that are fairly new, and one of them is some mala beads. Mala beads are for meditation, but they can be a bracelet, a necklace, whatever you want them to be. And these are wooden. And I just decided I wanted a wooden set. I also have this wonderful Hawaiian sort of chakra bracelet that just came in. And it's got the Ho'oponopono prayer on it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And it really, the Hawaiians use this all the time, and to be chanted. If I'm having a problem with a person, I tag that person's name into my chant, because I want to make explicitly sure that it goes to that person. It does it has had some fairly wonderful results for lots and lots of people. And Susan Lynn is the one that introduced me to it, and I ended up getting the book, and then passing the book along to my best friend, and then, so and so. But it is something that's very short and quite wonderful in its application. So, I mean, I'm not a person that goes around chanting all the time. I don't want to give you that impression. But I think there are things that you can accelerate your vibration with. And one of them would be the Ho'oponopono prayer. One might be the Law of One prayer, which is on my community page. You could also chant Om. Actually, Om is not the way you're supposed to chant it. You're supposed to chant it like it's AUM. So you go, bringing in that very deep resonance. So I've studied this for a heck of a long time. When I was in my first master's degree program, it was in liberal arts, and we just went through everything. And every single thing I learned in there has been applicable in my own life, including the study of basic religions, even though I'm not religious, but I can understand where they come from. And we even went, and this was at Houston Baptist University, which is very, very Christian based. However, the master's degree program could be more flexible because we were dealing with a totally different program in the liberal arts. They would not have let you take a class in Islam, the uprising of an empire, or Hinduism and Buddhism, and probably not Judaism either, because that isn't their purview, I guess is the best word. When I was taking the class, this was in Houston, and I went to a place, I believe it was in Pearland, Texas, that was a Hindu temple. And they told us to bring a piece of fruit with us. So I brought oranges with me. And my friend Melinda went with me. And we went in the door, and the priest, because they are Hindu priests, asked us to remove our shoes, which we had no problem with, to enter. And we came in, and we walked around, and we saw all of the different manifestations of the Buddha. And it was just fascinating. And what I loved about this man, this priest, was he would explain things to you. It wasn't like, why are you here? What are you doing here? It was like, thank you for coming. Would you like to learn more? And we did. When we got, right before we got finished, we went and saw Ganesha, who is the elephant god in Hinduism and brings good luck. And what they suggested was we go around and around, and every time we come to Ganesha, we ring a bell. And we go around, we ring a bell, and and it was just awesome. Melinda and I did it over and over, but we had a lot of people that were in our class that were like, ooh, we're not going to do that. That's not our religion. I sometimes think people are so funny about that. It's like, if you do that, is that going to convert you automatically? Anyway, it was a lot of fun. On our way out, we were told that the fruit that we left, or whatever fruit was there, we didn't have to take our fruit back, but whatever fruit was there, we were welcome to take, as it had been infused with the deity's energy and the ideas of that deity. And so we picked up our oranges on the way out, and we started to peel them, and we started to eat them. And honest to God, they were the best tasting oranges I've ever eaten. So, being open to new experiences sometimes results in making yourself a little bit uncomfortable. Not that I was, but that doesn't mean everybody doesn't have that experience, as you well can see, because even my own people that were in my class, some of them were not real happy about it. So I found the green Tara recently. I didn't know about green Tara before, although I have a lot of Buddha stuff. And I resonated with it completely, and I just started feeling so much lighter and better when I was listening to it. You can just turn it on and do your business, whatever you're doing, but you don't have to do it either, because it isn't something that everybody has to do. It's just, I'm just telling you my experience. I wish I could find my dinger. I have a dinger for my wonderful chimes that I have. It's here somewhere. I'll try to make sure it comes out in one of the lives that we do. And I also have a tongue drum, as you found out on Jen's show on Thursday night. I was talking with Jen about lots of things. We talked about rocks, and please come over to her channel Thursday night where we riff. We just riff about a lot of different things, and we're silly because Jen's silly, and so am I. And of course, as you know, Medium Kim meets with me on Friday mornings at 11 Pacific time, and Susan Lynn meets with me at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 12 Central, 1 Eastern, and I have questions that you can ask. I have a board on my community board. Post a question for Susan Lynn or post a question for Medium Kim, and we'll try to get to them. Last week we got to a couple on Kim's. I'm sorry, we did all of Kim's. We didn't do them all on Susan's because we were busy. But normally we don't have birthdays. So we thank you for your indulgence and hope you had a fun time too. And I can only tell you that that day was an amazing day for me. I was in the flow with the girls in the morning, and I had my cake and my pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks, and I get no money from them. So, I too much sugar overload, and I'm a diabetic, so I have to watch it. I once in a while I'll indulge, but not always. So the day went on, and as the day went on, I connected with an old friend, and we started emailing back and forth together. And that person didn't know I had a channel and watched the channel, and so I'm happy about that. I ended up getting G. Cam asked me to, and your requests are always met with trying to get the guest on the show. So G. Kim asked me to get Andy, who is the twig brother from Wales, and my family's from Wales, which is another little thing I want to talk about. And so he's coming on, and I got Chrissy from Bigfoot. I'm not Bigfoot. Footprint. Sorry, Footprint Tarot coming on. I was on her show, and also Bright Opal will be on. I have a good dear friend, Kathy, who's going to come on in a couple of weeks and do a rock mineral discussion. She's been a rock healer, or I shouldn't say rocks, I should say gemstone healer, or a healer with gems, like fluorite and other things. Fluorite's very delicate, by the way. Be very careful with it. It will break. And I don't mean holding it will make it break, but it doesn't take tension too well. And you can even see some of the inclusions, and you know that that's the case. This is what you would call, actually, a palm stone. You put it in your palm, and you just hold on to it. It's relaxing if you want to pray or meditate with it. Do you need to have it? Do you must run out and buy it? Never. It's your choice. It's always your choice. Always. And then I have this beautiful little pink heart it looks white, but it's very pale pink. So, there's different ways that you can go about, and different forms that you can get your crystals in. And there are books out there available to you. I had recommended Love is in the Earth by Melody, but it is out of print and it costs a lot of money. So there are other ones that are out there. One of them, I believe, that was brought up in one of my other shows was one that is called the Crystal Bible or something. And there's three different books with all the crystals in it. If you're interested in that sort of thing. If you just want to have a crystal because you think they're beautiful and you want to have it in your home, go for it. The crystals that you see that are like Swarovski crystals and other crystals like that, those are more factory made. They're not made from the stones necessarily. So if you want to have something that's made and tumbled, because you can get raw. This one here is a tumbled stone, but you could have gotten it raw and it wouldn't be so shiny. Are they any better if they're tumbled or raw? Personally, it's your choice. Once again, here's one that I showed the other night called Auralite 23, and it's from Canada and has 23 minerals in it. It is not tumbled. This is a raw crystal. It looks a lot like amethyst, doesn't it? It's gorgeous, and the energy is really awesome. I got it on Etsy. I get a lot of stuff on Etsy. It's my favorite place to go. Sometimes it takes a long time to get the stuff, though. If you order something that's from China, India, Hong Kong, one of those places, prepare to wait, but the wait is usually worth it. Although I ordered some tiger eye, what do you call it? Round stones, and with the intention of passing them along to some people that I care about. And they came in and they're like this big. And while they still have the sort of attributes of stone, and it doesn't matter what size they are. Nancy Jean says that on Nancy Jean's show all the time. It doesn't matter what size the stone is, it's what it does. And I agree with her completely. But I really wanted a bigger one. I wanted to see a bigger one. I did. But it's okay. Life doesn't always give us what we want. We know that. So today, Susan's birthday. So I'm going to continue with this thread that I was on. So that was really cool. Then I had a person who I've been trying to get on my show forever, at least since November. This person I admire greatly, and this person does only a few collaborations. She's adorable, and she's coming to see me around my birthday, which is on the 29th. Might be the 28th, might be, but we're taping it. We're not going to go live. just to provide her the opportunity to feel more comfortable, even though she does live shows. I also asked Lena Rodriguez, who is way too busy, can't do it. And I've put feelers out on a few other people. But what I want you to know is this. There are people who do not have YouTube channels that have a lot to share. And some of those people are you. And I would love to tell your story. I would love people to meet you if you want to be met. You know, sometimes it's better to stay in the chat and, you know, you have friends that you never really met or they never really saw your face, and that's okay with you. Everybody's different. I have chronicled a few people, my Miss Peggy series, which I probably need to do it real soon. And also, I remember my friend Mary, who lives in Santa Fe. She did a story on stories, because she does story work with elders, and she takes their story down to be saved. I've done some with a few other people as well, but I'm willing to ask people. I'm willing to, you know, and actually on Saturday we have at least 2, maybe 3 from the mediumship class that Susan Lynn and Medium Kim held probably about a month or 2 ago. Coming on, you've seen them before if you watch my shows. Jean and Terry. One was on a show with us, and Jean, Jean had a show just with me. So I asked them to come back. And remember, they're doing a lot of practicing. And of course, is every medium 100% right anyway? Absolutely not. So I'd love you to come. It's going to be on September 11th. You may have other things to do. I hope we can maybe bring through some people that were there. It would be really nice. It may be traumatic. It's been 20 years. I wouldn't have done this if it was a year or 5 or even 10 years ago. It's too soon. I'm hoping we can learn from this one, though. Maybe somebody that was there. There's a lot of shows out, some of them of which show things I had not seen before. And of course, there was one woman that was talking about how the things that she could not unsee were really terrible. And that came from a lot of the jumpers. And initially, they were taking videos of that. And they took all those videos away. Except there is one video you can watch called The Falling Man. It's about a man whose picture, someone caught in the middle of sort of falling. He was upside down. It was they tried to figure out who he was. It was a wonderful show with, you know, they didn't show him landing or anything like that. So it's called The Falling Man. And it's older. It's not brand new. So back to my day. After that, I heard from some other people. I got a lot of laughter going. It was tremendous. It was great. And in the evening, I tried to settle myself down. And my husband's office manager is psychic medium, and I'd still like to have him on this show. Anyway, he knows what kind of stress I've been going on with, and so he is a green man, they call it, which is a man that works with the elements, a man that works with the animals, a man that works, he used to do herbal stuff, and just a fantastic man. And he went and he found my spirit animal, which I told about on Jen's channel on Thursday night, which is a griffin. And a griffin is half eagle, half lion. And also it comes from, well, let's say, I won't say it comes from, because there's a lot of backstory. But it used to be on the Welsh flag. Now there's a red dragon on the Welsh flag. My mom's family is Welsh. My mother wasn't born there. All her brothers and sisters were. Father was from there. Mother was from there. And I have a very deep feeling about that. Learning more and more about my ancestry, because they all died really, really a long time ago. I mean, my grandmother died in 1925. My mother was 5. My grandfather died, I want to say in the 40s. I was born in the mid-50s, so no grandparents, either on my father's side. They weren't from Wales, but I didn't know them either. So you hear me talk about my Aunt Toddy, sometimes in not very flattering ways, but I love her. She was just the consummate jokester, you know, and made fun of everything. So I lost her when the year after my daughter was born, and she never got to meet her. So that would have been 78. But she was just a wonderful woman. No children, didn't like sex. Poor uncle, you know. Um, but funny as hell. Funny as hell, did all kinds of crazy pranks when she was a child. So, all of these things came together to sort of just wake me up and say, wow, this is awesome when you're opening yourself up to all this possibility. You wait and you wait and you wait, and then finally something happens. And when it happens, it happens. So never give up, and make sure you keep the prayers going for especially the children who get COVID. Anybody that is not wanting to vaccinate for really stupid reasons, because yes, there's a chance that there's something in there that may not be suitable for everybody. It happens. It happens in everything. You can die of ptomaine poisoning, for heaven's sake, if you really eat something bad. Anyway, I'd also like to put out for Lynn Janeski. I do this every time until I know that her friends are well. They both have COVID, and the young man is in the hospital with pneumonia, so I'm sending love to him. I'm sending love to New Yorkers, New Jersey people, Pennsylvanians, all of those in the path of Hurricane Ida in Louisiana and other places who have had tremendous loss. They've lost their homes. Some of them have lost their families, their possessions. And this is the sad irony is, if we don't do something about climate change, this is just going to be normal eventually. We don't want to make this kind of thing normal. Never. So stay tuned for some good stuff coming. Please let me know about what you want to do. If you'd like your story to be told, or if you want to come on with some people and just be like riffing with us, I would love that. I'm here to support the community. I'm here to support the channels. I'm here to support all the subscribers, and I can't thank you enough. One of the things I will say is, when I was just surfing for years and years on YouTube, I had no idea that subscribing to a channel made any kind of a difference at all. But it does. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you a thing. If you never come back, I hope you do, but if you never come back, it helps the people you subscribe to. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. That's all I ask. On my channel, on other channels, I want to thank people that moderate for me, like Ron's Unconditional Love and Sharon Sipe and Nasty Women and Anne Marie and Sheila, Inquisitive Tarot. I have a lot of people out there that are dedicated to this community. I have seen it, and I think we need to give them kudos, because as much as we see them every day and we say hi, we don't always thank them for what they do. They're not getting paid for what they're doing. Maybe they're getting paid for themselves, like they really enjoy doing it, because that was my first motivation. If I love doing it, then I'm going to do it. But there are a lot of people having a hard time out there. There's a lot of people. And I'd like to see everybody come through and be okay. If you're having a particularly hard time and you need somebody to talk to, can't find where she is. Green Tara is the deity that works with suffering and difficulties. And just chuck it out. If you don't like it, fine. And I want to just say thanks. I enjoyed talking to you, even though I'm not really well dressed. And I know some of you didn't care. If you caught a show I went on with Ron, I wore a plastic garbage bag because somebody said, "We love you, Allie. You could be wearing a garbage bag and we'd still..." So I put one on. I am crazy. You're just beginning to see the craziness. I have a lot of love for laughter. I have a lot of love for people. I have a lot of love for kindness and compassion. I'm trying to move away from anger. It's not always easy to do. It's that shadow, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.